We'll talk with Alan Carr tonight, and then we'll talk about the Sex Pistols, or what is left of them. They fell apart in 1978. Paul Cook and Steve Jones tried to keep the myth of the Pistols alive. Sid Vicious came to Manhattan, where he met heroin and finally suicide. Lead singer Johnny Rotten has reverted to his real name, which is John Lydon. He's here tonight to talk about Public Image Limited, PiL, and how it repudiates everything that he did before, and what he's learned from life and people since he was a member of the Sex Pistols. Joining him will be Keith Levene, one of Johnny's fellow musicians in Public Image Limited. Now here is Alan Carr, the producer of Can't Stop the Music. How come you have those people in the YMCA and they're all fit as a fiddle and gorgeous? They don't have to exercise.
Well, Valerie Perrine and Bruce Jenner do, but they do that after work. No, it's the California YMCA.
Yeah,
it's very wholesome.
They're all so pretty, those people in this picture. They're all so good looking, and they're also disgustingly healthy.
You know why? Because you tell you something. If you want to be depressed, watch the 11 o'clock news. Yeah. No, true. If you want to go to the movies for $5, it's expensive. You take the kids, the popcorn, the Pepsi, the Coke, the candy bar.
Yeah.
$27. A man said to me, you know, I want to come back with my kids, but if I take my wife and my kids, that's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So what you have to do is give people entertainment and let them get in the popcorn, put the lights down, have some fun, have some jokes, see pretty people, and forget your troubles, because we got troubles enough.
True. It's with us 24 hours a day, so why not give 2 hours back to Fantasyland? Huh?
Well, we have to, because, I mean, that's not all I like. I mean, I like The Deer Hunter, I like serious movies, as you do, but today, I mean, I just came back from Washington, where we don't talk about recession, depression, but let's face it, all the movies are suffering, the car business is suffering. I mean, we're in it, folks, so if we're going to go out, and we're not going to stay home and watch you and cable and everything else there is, let's see movies like we used to see.
Mm-hmm.
Some woman said to me, you know, I was in Australia where we're a big hit, which I want to tell you about the Queen. I mean, the real Queen.
Yes.
As opposed to the people that
all the
hang
others
around.
We know. Yeah, okay.
That's right. So, thank you for last night. I missed that show. This is a big week for you. This is a weird city. No, the point is that she said, Mr. Carr, I haven't seen a movie like this since Ruby Keeler and Dick Powell. I said, it's a little before my time. I didn't come in until Betty Grable and John Payne. Yeah. But that's what this is about. We have to make that kind of entertainment in Hollywood, or we're going to lose that movie audience. They're tired of being depressed.
What do you think turned this around? You know, pictures used to be about themes and social problems, and all of a sudden a picture came along called That's Entertainment, and the campaign was, boy, do we need it now. And I think that might be the point in time where it started to turn.
When I said, what do you do after Grease? That's why I made this movie, because when I saw them scream over the Esther Williams number, you scream over Judy Garland and Mickey Rooney and Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Now, those people don't work anymore, but Can't Stop the Music was made at MGM. Actually, where Valerie Perrine lives in the movie was Esther Williams' swimming pool, so we built the basement and the 3 stories. It's the ghost of MGM, and I never knew that Nancy Walker, when she was 21, was under contract with Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland, and used to throw rolls at Katharine Hepburn and Paul Muni in their Chinese eye makeup in Dragon Seed. I mean, so we have those roots of those movies that we loved, and that's what we do today.
You mentioned Esther Williams a couple of nights ago. Last week, one evening, they showed That's Entertainment Part 2 over on CBS. Yeah. And I happened to catch it, and I saw the Esther Williams number where she's on the water skis, and Alan, she's always like this, constantly, and I howled, absolutely roared. I thought, how can she do this with a smile on her face?
Through Cypress Gardens, through the water, through the fire. Oh. And the thing that happened is that the American public in the 40s and 50s took those movies for granted. You had Betty Grable Fox, Rita Hayworth, Esther Williams, and then all of a sudden, it stopped. It all stopped. We got into serious, important movie making. Now, I think that's fine, but if you can explain to me Apocalypse Now in the last half hour, good luck. I mean,
Mr. Brando gained weight is the whole explanation to that scene.
Well, who doesn't? I mean, we all have that problem, so what else is new? For $5, I'd like to know what the story is. Yeah. Just tell me something simple.
Got the 5? Can you get that money together and get it over this evening, and I'll explain it to you.
Oh, you will? For $5, you do anything?
Not quite. Speaking of gaining weight, you've had your ups and downs in that department, and incidentally, we had some people here the other night who said, listen, people who are heavier than they think they ought to be shouldn't feel bad about it, and I don't want you to feel bad about it, because you're a terrific human being no matter what. You know what I mean?
I like your hair too. Listen, I'm happy with my weight.
All right,
now,
you're happy,
but I'm going down.
All right, but you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
All right, but there was a time that you had the jaws wired shut because you didn't feel so good. Now, why would you do that?
I think to stop talking primarily. And the thing is, when I got mad, you could talk like this, and with the phone, and the thing, and it didn't work. But then last Christmas, I mean, for people who diet, I mean, you go up, you go down. It's not good to keep gaining and losing weight. And although I pretend I'm 19 and I feel 19, I'm not 19, I'm 38, and it's time to get down to like my regular weight. And I decided last Christmas, after all those Christmas parties in California and Hawaii, and I went, I've now tasted everything there's to possibly put into your face. And if you really make food a lesser part of your life, and stop making lunch dates, and stop making cocktail dates. And in California, as you know, when you live there, let's meet for lunch, let's meet for dinner. There is no nightlife. All they want to do is either go to the pool, play backgammon, and eat.
And let's have another glass of white wine or something.
Or
and
a spritzer,
that
well, that's the only thing that I do. You take white wine and you put club soda and a piece of orange peel, which is something I learned from George Burns, as I was telling you about, because he does Tanqueray and he can put us both on the table. But if you put a piece of orange peel, it takes all the acid out, and you can nurse that along, and that's not too fattening. But I'm real happy about that, and I feel good about it, and I've lost about 60 pounds since Christmas.
What made you take the wires out?
I saw this movie that I was...
You don't have to tell which one it was.
I was watching this. I love to go to the movies, and this movie was touted as this really terrific picture. And I was sitting there with the thing in my mouth, and it was so terrible. You have to carry little pliers with you, because if you choke or something happens, you have to be able to snip it in case you start choking. And I'm sitting there, and this picture is so terrible. Again, I pay. Lucille Ball and Peter Sellers don't pay. I go to the movies with the real people. I took the wires, I snipped it, went and had a big box of popcorn, and sat through the rest of the movie, and that was that.
Now, would you tell where you were last night that you were telling me before?
Oh, I was at the White House in the afternoon. And then we had a reception in Washington. Oh, I was in the President's Box. I went to see the opening of a new show, which is David Merrick and Gower Champion's return to Broadway, called 42nd Street, based on the old movie 42nd Street, with Tammy Grimes, who's in my movie. And I was invited to sit in the President's Box. And he's got a toilet, I guess you could say, all right? This is late. The toilet.
The President's bathroom.
The President has his own bathroom in the theater at the Kennedy Center.
He's allowed to have one of those. He does that from time to time.
Yeah, but he wasn't there.
Yeah.
The Sergeant at Arms of the Senate was there. He invited me.
Is it a fancy place to sit?
Well, the Kennedy Center looks like the Riviera Hotel in Las Vegas, if you really want to know the truth. I mean, it's a little garish. It looks like Carol Chang's dressing room in Hello, Dolly. But, I mean, you know, it's not Lincoln Center or Carnegie Hall, but it's nice. And there's a big seal, and the president has a box, and you go to a little bathroom, and you have a little drink. And I like that. I like politics.
How was 42nd Street?
Good. I think it's going to be a big
show?
hit. Broadway
Good
needs
show?
it, yeah. It's the kind of show that you sing and dance and feel good and Jerry Orbach and it's what Broadway needs. I mean, I'm a big Broadway fan. I'm coming to Broadway next year. I mean, not myself, but 5 years ago I saw a play in France called La Cage aux Folles.
You bought Birds of a Feather, didn't you? The
Yeah,
La Cage aux Folles.
yeah.
One of the funniest movies that, oh my heavens.
But my business manager said when I was in France, and you know, French, they're not exactly, cheap. They want big bucks. For this play, it's like the French Neil Simon was running, been running 7 years in Paris. And I bought this French play, and I said, this will work. And no one knew what I was talking about. And I'm coming to Broadway with a new musical next year. Marvin Hamlisch will write the score, your pal Marvin. And it's going to be terrific.
Is he coming tonight, Marvin? Is he here?
Is he going to drop in?
Every once in a while, all of a sudden, he comes running in. Here's my Oscar. Whoopee.
Oh, we're playing on our song. No, it's Broadway and Hollywood, and you know I love the business. And so when you asked me about well, I was on just before the Oscars. And that was the highest rated Oscar show. And you know how hard I work, because we talked about that night. And we got real stars. And this last Oscar show, there was more glamour on the jeans commercial than there was on the Oscar shows.
Yeah, they didn't have the big names, the big stuff.
And we got to go back and we got to fix the Oscars. I mean, with all due respect to everybody, I mean, we really need help out there. The Tonys are better than the Oscars.
Oh, the Tonys were sensational this year.
Fabulously.
Have you seen this fellow Jim Dale in Barnum? Huh?
Wonderful.
Any questions about
He's
that?
the best.
None whatsoever.
And I saw him in Scapino. He's just wonderful from England.
Now, you mentioned Hamlisch. You used to manage him. You were like a personal manager for artists. You had clients in the business.
Rosalind Russell,
right?
Margaret, Peter Sellers, all those nice people.
What did you do for them?
I helped guide their career, like I do for you. I would take you out of the show, put you on Broadway in La Cage aux Folles, put you in a dress, and have a whole new career.
We're leaving now.
No, I mean, what does a manager do? Well, there's two kinds of managers. Managers will take calls from the ex-wife, fix the freezer, get the kids into Montessori school, or you sit down with your client and say, look, here's the problem. You should do this and this, because this and these are the reasons. Now, do you want to discuss your career, or do you want a handholder? If you want a handholder, don't pay me 15% to tell you you're fabulous, because there's a career problem coming up a year from now. Now, if you want to be truthful and honest, now, don't ask your maid, don't ask your live-in boyfriend, don't ask 9,000 people, consult with your agent, your press agent, me. You have a team, and I'm like the captain of the team. And let's either win the game, or don't pay me the money.
Or get out of the game.
Yeah,
But
but don't pay me this kind of money, and just to say, yes, you're terrific, everything's going to be all right, don't worry, sweetheart, things are fine. I mean, that's too dishonest. I love performers too much to ever just tell them that.
Would it be telling a story out of school to tell what you did for Marvin Hamlish? Would he mind if you were to reveal some of the things you did for him?
No, I will tell a very interesting thing. And he would not mind. When he won all those Oscars for The Way We Were in The Sting, he was offered, and you know, he is funny on television.
Hysterical.
And he could make a lot of money in Vegas and in concerts, and he was offered all this money to tour.
Can I do the commercial first?
Oh, I love commercials. I'll do it.
I hate interrupting you, but I must do this.
What are we selling?
I have no idea, because these are announcements from the NBC television stations,
NBC.
and I hope.
Freddie, are you watching? Stay up tonight. Don't miss this.
Is tonight the night?
I think so.
No, it's not. Just fooling around, Freddie. We'll be right back after
He
these.
loves me. He's from Chicago.
Yeah. Well, okay. I'm glad he does.
You too.
Yeah. That's my motto.
That's right, keep it.
Keep the money, right?
And go to the bank.
Yes.
Hi
Well,
there.
not necessarily the bank. You know, the commodities market is a nice
Well,
place to go.
yes, real
Yep,
estate.
Absolutely.
Yes.
God made a decision. He said, no more land. That's it.
Here we are.
So
This is pretty.
now.
So where were we?
Hamlish.
How much? Oh, so Marvin had all these offers to make, you know, all this money in concert, and he got a call from his pal Michael Bennett, who was not a big name then, and said, would you and Marvin come? I want to talk to you about an idea. And we went to his apartment, and Marvin and Michael had been friends. As a matter of fact, Marvin and Michael and I went to see Grease together many years ago. Story was about dancers. I got these audition tapes. I believe in this. Would you, Marvin, write your first Broadway show? It's your first chance at Broadway. You're going to work a year. There's no money. Joe Papp, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Marvin had lots of money. Michael didn't. I did. We all worked together. I mean, I didn't work together. I encouraged them. Did not let him go on tour. Did not play Vegas. Did not do anything except stayed with Chorus Line. It became Chorus Line. Marvin's devotion to his craft and his art said, don't take this quick, fast buck, stay with Michael Bennett and
and do something of value.
And come to Broadway where you always wanted to be.
You know,
and it's a landmark.
He said here one night, I guess he said he was 37, 38 years old.
Younger, I think.
Yeah, something like that. And he, 35 maybe.
Yeah.
And he was saying that Gershwin died at 39.
Right.
And Marvin said, I haven't written my Rhapsody in Blue yet.
Yeah.
You know, he really has
he's a
made a
great
dedication
person.
to quality.
Oh, yeah.
Except I got an idea for him. They have this show that he's playing our song, you know, that eventually will close.
Yeah.
He ought to play the
Well, he does it better than anybody.
he ought to play the role on Broadway for 2
He
weeks.
gets up and does it. It is so hilarious. Because when the whole idea happened, Marvin and I and Neil and Marsha Simon were all having dinner, and Marvin told the story of his relationship, and I mean, you have you on the floor. You could do that. Now, if I were your manager, we would take you into the Los Angeles company, we'd give you a little haircut, change your, you know.
I'm getting one tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
Change your clothes. I'm not thrilled with this outfit, by the way.
I'm not either, but it's
I know.
all I got.
And I
you
look
know.
like the red, white, and blue flag, so
Yeah.
what difference does it make?
Yeah.
So the point is, I would put you in the show, you go, they're playing in our, listen, there's a lot of things you could do. You don't need to sit up late at night like this.
But if I didn't sit here and do this, who would?
Hello, we'd be watching an old Betty Davis movie.
Yeah.
This is better.
Yeah, because, you know.
Can I tell you about the Queen of England now?
Yeah, you can, but there's one other thing.
what
I
else?
want to do Stalag 17. That's the only thing I want to do. All right.
Oh, really, do you?
I think that
You'd
should
be great in
That should
that.
be revived, that show. It'd be a fun show to
It's a very good
bring
idea,
back.
actually. Yeah, that
Yeah,
show is,
fun.
and people haven't seen it in like 25 years.
No, and
That's
it's
a very good idea.
And it's hysterical.
Yeah.
Really hysterical.
Someone asked me to do The Man Who Came to Dinner in stock with my wardrobe and my staff. They said, your office is crazier than that play. I'd love it. I mean, every once in a while you want to go and be a performer like this. This is like Friends, but I mean a play. Anyway.
Australia.
The
Queen.
international premiere, Can't Stop the Music, The Village People, Valerie, Nancy Walker, Alan Carr loves Australia, Australia loves Alan Carr. I mean, long story, Grease, big hit, boom, 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 come over. It's my birthday. We're having a birthday party for you. Australia's giving me a birthday party. Hey, this is from a kid from Chicago. This is not bad. Calls up. You got to move your birthday. I said, why? The Queen's coming to Australia on your birthday. There's a big gala. Would you mind moving your birthday from May 27th to May 29th? It's for the Queen. I mean, of course. Then I get a call from Melbourne. Hello, this is Lady Montague from the Parliament. We'd like to have you to tour with Queen Elizabeth as the American journalist on tour with the Queen. I said, now who is this? This is like a female impersonator. Well, who is this? No, very serious. I get over there, fly to Canberra, which is the capital. Looks like Washington except small. And I'm the only American on this tour. Now, I'm clearly 30 years younger than everybody else on the tour, all these stuffy English and Australian people. There's a newspaper strike, so all the stories are being written by the editors who probably haven't written a word in 25 years. I've got all these credentials, and I'm walking around with Queen Elizabeth and Prince Philip going, how do you do? And they teach you how to bow. When you got the tiara, you bow down here, and if it isn't, you bow here. You're ma'am, yes, sir, to touch my hand. They look like Douglas Fairbanks and Deborah Carr on tour, these two. Then when you talk to her, she's not like the sister who makes a fool of herself when she comes to America. She is smart, intelligent, witty. She'll talk small talk if you want. She will talk politics. You're not allowed to. They have an unwritten code. If she talks to you about world affairs.
Wait a second. I'm back at she makes a fool of herself whenever she comes to America.
That's the sister.
Margaret.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't make a fool of herself.
She doesn't?
No.
Well, you've never been to a party with her in Beverly Hills.
No, I haven't, but I was to a luncheon with her here in New York,
No,
and she
not
was
always.
perfectly
No,
charming.
she's charming.
She was
No,
charming.
charming. Just in Chicago, she gets in trouble. Well, you staff members. Anyway,
the funny thing about the luncheon was we were told that we had to stand until she sat down.
Yeah.
The princess, okay?
Yeah.
So finally, after about 30 minutes of standing around, the hostess at the party said, "Would anybody care to sit down?" And the princess didn't sit down.
Yeah.
5 minutes went by. "Would anybody care to sit down?" It took 3 of those to get the princess to sit down.
She asked you for your home number?
Oh, no, I gave her my card. No.
No. Anyway, the Queen has good jewelry, and when she doesn't wear the funny hats, she looks great. And what she does? Oh, thank you. The thing is that she's really smart and really terrific. And anyway, then you go to all these events, and she keeps changing clothes. It looks like Cher's nightclub act. That's how you go from one thing to another. She's into another outfit. She wore me out. So I toured seriously as A.L. Carr, the journalist. And then I went back to being Alan Carr, the producer. So being a cute journalism student, I decided to interview myself for the press. Well, I got so confused. I didn't know if I was the producer or the journalist. Yeah. And it's hard being a journalist. I now respect people like Liz Smith and Jack Martin. Every day you got to turn a column out and try to be accurate. They're calling me in the middle of the night. Where's the copy? Where's the column? Where's the pictures? You didn't do the thing right. You spelled it wrong. I said, wait a minute. This was supposed to be for free and for fun. What are you calling me? It's 4 o'clock in the morning.
Who was calling you?
All the papers I was working for.
Oh.
The Los Angeles Herald-Examiner, the Chicago Tribune, the Dallas Times-Herald. I mean, I became a correspondent on this tour, and I loved it for 3 days.
Did the Queen do anything of note that you got a major exclusive out of?
No, she took her horse home with her. Yeah, she got this horse, and the horse went on tour. The horse has his own jet, it's a great story. The horse went from Australia to London for the racing season. The horse flies to Honolulu. I said, you can stop at my house in Honolulu. No, the horse doesn't do that. The horse is a trainer, a feeder, a veterinarian. The horse lives better than we do. But she knows a lot about horses, and no, I don't like to make fun of it because she's a very serious world leader. She'll make small talk if you want. I mean, when these major journalists are such, can you say putzes on television?
Sure.
Goes, how do you like the weather in Melbourne? I mean, here's this great woman, that's what they ask her.
Yeah.
I mean, these morons from the paper.
Isn't the weather lovely today?
Yeah, I said, this is what you're going to ask me? You got one chance to talk to the Queen of England. But the thing is, if you talk about personal things, she'll talk, you can repeat that. But you take a code that you're not going to talk about politics. Like Prince Philip doesn't talk about the Olympic boycott and all that stuff. But I told her when I was a little boy, they opened the St. Lawrence Seaway, and we had a day off of school, and I got to meet her, and I waved at her, and she's not sensitive about her age. She told me she was 54. Mm-hmm. And it was a terrific experience.
What else did you talk to her about?
Talked about movies, and when she gets to see movies and what movies she sees. And she said a lot of the royal family saw Grease. She didn't say which ones, but and she saw the Australian films because she was going to Australia. Mm-hmm. And she said she'd like to be able to go on her royal yacht more and to vacation more, like wouldn't we all? But the way the world is, she's real busy.
Very busy.
And she's like a real terrific lady. I think we're being funny. She's real. I mean, it's like
no, but heavy is the head
person.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown. I appreciate that.
And big jewel tiara.
Yeah.
When she throws that at you, I mean, I hate to be Prince Philip. She got mad. Go whop with those rubies. I mean, you really get it.
Does she drink?
Unlike the Carters, where they don't have liquor in the White House, they have gin and tonics, nicely served, polite, civilized. Little 6 o'clock, little drink, small little glasses of, and things like
But the Queen has a gin and tonic, huh?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. This show's not seen in England, I could tell that.
No, I told the princess.
Closing my office. What did you tell the
princess? The princess has gin and tonic.
Oh, that's not. If that were only all she had, it'd be great. I think.
Why are you down on the princess?
I'm not. If she wants to call John Travolta, that's her business. I mean, I'm not the dating game. What? So what else is new?
So you were with the Queen for 3-4 days in Australia.
Yeah, I went to Melbourne and Sydney with her, and then I went back to the being producer again.
What kind of a guy is Philip?
Very charming. And he really does look like Douglas Fairbanks in one of those
Looks like a
comedies.
stiff, if you want to know, but...
No, he charming.
Well, but he
Cary
looks like
Grant
a
with no personality. You know what I mean? Hello, how are you? Hello. Very nice, very gentlemanly, very proper. But she's got major jewelry. Oh, Sammy Davis would kill for what she's got. I mean, yellow diamonds,
Oh,
the
yes.
thing, and the oh yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And the horse, and it was nice. I like this. This is my other life. Get to come visit with you.
You like houses, too, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're your passion.
I am
aren't
like
they?
the Elizabeth Taylor of houses. I want to marry every house I go to.
Really?
I go to a place, Puerto Vallarta, I want a house in Puerto Vallarta. Southampton. Honolulu, which I do have a house, which is wonderful. But you can't live everywhere. Then you have to worry about who's going to take care of it, and that's silly. So, but I do live in Malibu, which is nice, and yeah. I mean, listen, I'm so lucky to be in this business and to be successful and to make money and have your health. I mean, we could be in the shoe business, both of us, with those shoes and my sneakers. Oh, what happened at the Senate? They keep looking at my ankles. I mean, I went to the Senate for lunch.
Why don't you wear socks?
Because it's, I don't know, it's hot today.
Why are you... So it's hot today. You're wearing a jacket, for heaven's sake.
Yeah, but it's cold in the studio. Listen, so anyways...
Why do you people from California run around without socks on?
You used to.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but look at these boots you're wearing.
What's wrong with these boots I'm wearing? Hey,
Look like Jose Greco, that's what's
No.
wrong. Oh, don't take your shoes off.
no, I have very
wait.
clean feet, and these are very, very expensive boots. I paid
no, they're
$50 for
50?
these.
In what year? No, so I'm at the Senate with the three-piece suit with, Alan.
Why don't you wear socks?
Because with sneakers, how can you wear socks? It looks silly.
No, it wouldn't.
It did with my Gucci shoes and no socks at
They're
the Senate
silly,
yesterday.
too. Now, you grew up, you said, in Chicago, right?
Yeah, this is why I wore in
Okay,
Chicago.
and when you were a little boy, did your mother have you wear socks with your sneakers
In
and
the
your
winter.
shoes? Okay.
No, I wore penny loafers.
All right. And did you wear socks, or did you run around like a California
In
funny
the summer person. This is the Lake Forest. This is the preppy Lake Forest look. I was a spoiled rich kid. Leave me alone. You don't have to. Peter Lawford doesn't wear socks. I learned from those movies.
You're not Peter Lawford.
You
You're
got
Alan
to
Carr.
thank
You're
God.
a producer. You set an example to the talent in your shows and to the staffs on your shows, and you're to be properly dressed.
I wore a three-piece suit for the Queen, Rosalind Carter, and somebody else, I forgot, of that stature. If you're going to be like this to me, I would have wore the three-piece suit and no socks. So I went to the Senate dining room.
Okay, the Senate
the Senate dining room. And all the senators come by. They're really nice. Birch Bayh, all those really nice men. California, Alan Cranston, these are my friends. And they look at me like I'm from Mork and Mindy. I'm sitting with a three-piece suit and Gucci shoes and no socks, and they keep staring at my ankles. I thought I had Kim Novak ankles. I'm going like this. Hello, Senator, how are you? So I went to Bloomingdale's and bought a pair of socks and picked up Mrs. Carter, and we went to a benefit.
How is Mrs. Carter to be with? Is that nice?
No, she's really sweet.
She
Yeah.
seems to be.
Yeah, but they got problems. I mean,
Oh.
she's,
Yeah,
I helped. I'm on the White House preservation. See, no one ever asked if you do any good work. Can't Stop the Music raised $1 million for charity in America and Australia for our premieres. They think Alan Carr parties, Alan Carr hype, Alan Carr. They don't ask what you do on the board of directors of hospitals, give student filmmakers, contributions, all that. They don't want to know about what you do that's good.
No.
But I'm on the White House Preservation Committee. Because you know why? If you want the drapes cleaned or something redone at the White House, there's no money for that. The first lady has to go out and raise money, so that's one of the committees that I'm on.
They ought to put in shutters.
They should. You should see those drapes. Bess Truman, hello, they haven't cleaned since then.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What, is our White House getting seedy?
No, it's not seedy, it needs attention. Because each first family comes in like, you're married now, yes?
No.
No. Well, when you were married, if you were married in the White House, your wife would come in and go,
If I were married in the White House.
I don't like that. And they start taking things out. And Mrs. Truman took something out, and Mamie took something out, and Jackie put a lot of French stuff in, and the other one put something else in, and Mrs. Ford wanted something. So each time someone comes in, the curator has to come back and say, wait a minute, this is from the Jefferson, and this is from Lincoln, and you can't tamper around with our tradition. But it's like living in a home, so you have to be careful that they don't, disrupt the history,
That which is historical and which is worth preserving.
And our house, and I said yesterday, there's like $1 million deficit to keep up, the cleaning and the restoration. So I said yesterday, why can't we just charge $1 for people to come to the White House, which I thought was a real practical idea. And they said, no, the White House truly belongs to everyone, and it's America's home, and so there's never a charge to go through the White House, and that's a wonderful thing to do. And for
Well, if it's our house, can we go down there at midnight and get some supper if we're hungry?
Yeah, they make fried chicken and grits and...
No, the greatest laugh I had in my life, one of
What?
them was when Tom Bradley was inaugurated as mayor of Los Angeles
Yeah.
some years ago, and he stood in front of City Hall and he said, and this is your City Hall, and this government is now open to the people.
Yeah.
And I had to go to the can, and I couldn't get in City Hall to a restroom because the doors were locked. I said, oh, this is my City Hall, why can't I go in there?
This is why you moved back to New York.
This is one of the reasons,
He
yeah.
closed Sunset Boulevard for me, did you know that?
I know, you had a major party
Wasn't
out
that
there.
nice?
Well, I think your work with hospitals and the White House preservation is more
better.
interesting
Yeah, it is
than
better.
Because a party is a fleeting thing
Well,
to
it
promote a
was a bit-
picture, and
yeah,
and
but
people
no, it was
perceive
also
it as
but-
being part of that California funny
except
style.
about bringing glamour back to Hollywood. Because, you know, Hollywood, you lived out there. If someone
Still do.
said-
I'm in love with houses, too. I have a little house out there.
Oh, yeah? The real estate, good, huh?
Plush dump, yeah, it's
Oh,
okay.
It's a state of mind, Hollywood. So in order to preserve that glamour state of mind, as someone said, it's a bunch of suburbs connected by plumbing. There is no area. There's no plumbing that works either. So yeah, the charity work and the other side of me, because you know what, it's called show business. And there's the show side, which you know, and then there's the business side. And if you want to see Alan Carr as the Gemini, it's fun and games, and we make glamour, and you know Olivia Newton-John and you Jackie Bissett and all those people, that's fine. Or if you want to be like serious and talk about money and how to get investment back and why Can't Stop the Music will make a profit already because of all the international sales.
They're going crazy.
They want to come on.
Oh, yeah. No,
I'm finished.
This was supposed to be over 5 minutes ago, but I find it interesting.
Well, when I went to Japan and Australia and France, I want to be sure that we get our money back. I'd feel guilty if we didn't pay this picture off. And since the movie business is down in America, all over the world, like for instance, we're breaking records in Australia because of all this trip and this tour. And the Village people are touring in Germany. And so I want to know, it's an international movie market today. And so it's a very important consideration to figure out where those bucks are coming from. Because to spend $20 million of somebody else's money, since I'm half Jewish and half Catholic, I'd be real guilty if we didn't pay the picture off.
Yes.
And that we're doing. And so I'm real happy about that. And so I have to leave because you should see what's coming on next. If you think I'm strange, wait. Wait till the second half of the show.
I'm happy that you're here tonight.
I know.
I wish we had nothing else planned tonight. We could just sit here and do this.
Which means I can come back.
Oh, absolutely.
I've been held over.
Yeah, but it's not going to be 3 years before you come back.
No, it was
See,
only
I could make this last for a long time.
No,
I
you
wouldn't
can't.
have to do any
No,
commercials.
I saw
if
what's
didn't
coming
want to.
next. No. Don't deprive them of the next. Trust me, it's the Rocky Horror Show. Don't go to sleep.
Good
You're
to see
wonderful.
you. So are
Thank
you. Take care. Wait, don't
Oh,
get
don't
up
get
yet.
up.
No,
Oh,
you
right.
blocked the shot.
Oh, well, of course. You should block his face.
Have you been on the Tonight Show ever?
No, because they don't have producers on.
Why not?
Because they plug movies.
Oh, exactly. When you get up and he doesn't want you to get up, it's this.
Freddie?
No.
Johnny.
Freddie doesn't do the show. Freddie stands out there
yeah?
and has martinis. Now, come on.
Janet does the show.
No, naughty.
Those are friends of mine. Come on.
Friends of mine, too.
And Johnny and Joanna. And he's good and healthy, and we're all happy.
But when you're not supposed to go,
Yeah.
he has unusual strength here in the wrist, and he'll
Yeah?
give you one of these to hold
Yeah?
you down or get you up if it's time to go.
I got that from Merv Griffin once.
Time
Oh.
to go.
You are strong. Why? He was in the YMCA number. That was you. I didn't know that.
Not me. We'll be right back.
There's more.
There is more.
Oh, is there more?
Right. Now, joining me are Mr. John Lydon, who used to be known as Johnny Rotten, and Mr. Keith Levene, and they are both associated now in something which is called Public Image Limited. Is it limited or unlimited?
It's limited.
Limited. What is that? Is it a band? Is it a public relations firm? What does it do, and what is it?
We ain't no band, we're a company. Simple. Nothing to do with rock and roll. Doodah.
Doodah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a company, not a band. Simple. What kind of a company is it? What does it do?
It's
Just
just
a
about the
communications
lot.
company.
Huh?
It's a communications company.
To facilitate communications, how?
Videos, movies, soundtracks for films, we hope soon. Sometimes we perform live gigs. That depends on how we feel. Just about anything that's available.
When you perform a live gig, do you bring musical instruments to it?
Yes.
So far,
Well, but you said it's not a band.
it's a company.
Company. Would you rather
Companies
not?
can mess about with musical instruments. There's
okay.
no limits.
Would you rather not talk about the company?
No, I'd like
that's-
to talk about it.
I beg your pardon?
This is why we are here.
Well, I want you to talk about it, and I've made 5 passes at it, and so far I'm not getting
surely
anywhere.
You've
And
studied your history of us. I mean, come on, prompt.
well,
Do your business.
We're jet lagged.
I've asked you
Humour us.
what kind of a company it is, and you've said it's a company that deals in communications.
Well, it's simple, right? We'll do anything that we're offered if it's worthwhile. So, like, at the moment, me and Keith want to dabble with film soundtracks.
Dabble with film soundtracks. What does that mean? I don't know what
Well,
that is.
We started off with Public Image Limited. We didn't want to be or have anything to do with rock and roll. So we thought being in a band and doing gigs wouldn't be the thing to do.
I'll have a cig.
But we
Would you like a cig? See,
We
I'll,
ended
I'll
up
find a
doing
way
an
to your heart
American
yet,
tour.
fella. I'll tell you. Here. Excuse me, sir.
We ended up doing an American tour, which definitely prompted us to stop the band side of things and concentrate on the company side of things.
Both you and John have said that you don't want this to have anything to do with rock and roll. Why do you dislike rock and roll so
It's
much?
dead, it's a disease, it's a plague, it's been going on for too long, it's history, it's vile. It's not achieving anything, it's just digression. They play rock and roll at airports. That's about as like advanced as it can possibly get.
But there
It's too limited.
But there was a time when you didn't feel that
It
way.
is too much like a structure, a church,
Yeah, but there was
a religion, a farce.
a time when you did not feel that way. What made you change
No,
it?
I've always felt this way.
Even when you were with the Sex Pistols?
I wondered when you'd get round to that one. Yes, even then. Because the Sex Pistols was going to be the absolute end of rock and roll, which I thought it was. Unfortunately, the majority of the public, being the senile animals that they are, got that wrong. Too bad. All they want is an image, something flash.
Where did the name the Sex Pistols come from? Who thought that name up?
Some animal, I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's history.
Well, I think history matters a little bit. When you say some animal, was this a member of the band that made
History
it?
does not matter. I mean, your program's called Tomorrow. There must be a reason behind that.
Well, unless we remember our yesterdays, there will be no tomorrows.
Getting back to public image,
Beg your pardon?
getting back to PiL,
Oh, to public image.
yeah, we were saying we learnt from our yesterdays and our recent American tour that it was embarrassing to go on stage and do gigs because it seems to be an old-fashioned format to go on stage with guitars and play loud music. I mean, I'm definitely into loud, annoying music, but getting back to the communication side of things, the people
Instead
you're
of like, look,
communicating to.
a concert these
just the
days
wrong
is
people.
a bunch of gits on a stage with all these idiots down in the pits worshipping them, thinking they're heroes. There should be no difference between who's on stage and who's in the audience. And we've tried very hard to break down those barriers, but it's not working. So we have to think again. So in the meantime, we'll put our attention somewhere else.
Can I ask you what you did to try to break down the barriers between the people on stage and in the audience? Some of the things...
Just
We were totally honest with them. We went on stage and we were totally honest. We weren't saying, look at me, I'm great, I'm a superstar. And we weren't saying particularly anything. We were going on there and playing our music. And anything could have happened when we went on stage. And lots of things did happen. But we were totally honest with that audience. And the reactions we got, which we got about 4 years ago in England, or the Sex Pistols got, and various other punk bands.
That's the trouble
Were
with
the reactions
America.
we got
You're
in
so
America.
digressive.
John said something in an interview, everyone's really preoccupied with going backwards. And I think the reason it's a good idea not to be a rock and roll band and to concentrate or direct our energies as a company is because...
Well, look to the future, right?
it's
It doesn't
totally
look
All right,
like
then
you're
let's...
gonna have
then,
much
then,
of one
all right,
boys and
then let's
girls
take
out
it...
there
Then
in
let's...
the US of A.
Then let's take it to the next...
Ayatollah's a pop hero nowadays, I hear.
Excuse me for talking while you were interrupting. I have to do a couple of commercials here. We'll
Humour me.
continue, not for long, with this fascinating discussion right after these announcements. Isn't this fun, gang? Back now with John and Keith, who are with Public Image Limited. You know, it's been so long that I've almost forgotten where we were when we were at it.
You went into a bit of a tantrum, as I rightly remember.
Oh, yes, I...
You want to hear about us, right. We have record commitments with Warner Brothers in America and Virgin for the rest of the world. We will, of course, oblige them. But in the meantime, there's a possibility of us doing a soundtrack to a film in Hollywood. This interests us greatly. Because we are not a band, we are a company. We have many interests. We are also making our own film in England right now at this very moment.
The music that you will do for the record companies that you mentioned, how will this music differ from what we thought was rock and roll?
It's no more of that 12-bar ditty, wave your hair in the breeze, platform boots, flap your flare nonsense. It's not a packaged image of third-rate idiots. It's not a pose. We just do our stuff, hated as it usually is. Although I was very shocked by the reviews of the last album. I believed none of them.
Well,
I think they liked us for the wrong reasons.
Well, you told me all the
trendy reasons. Can I have a cigarette again, please?
Yeah, if you'll just...
This won't cause an argument now.
No, of course not. But you told me all the things that your music is not, but you didn't tell me what it is.
I don't know what it is.
Oh, well, that's probably the reason why you didn't.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't need a title anymore.
Okay.
It doesn't need a bracket, a category, or any of those things.
Right.
As I've said, it is not the
Not a
church.
band, a company. Right. Not a performance, a gig. Well, let's go to some questions for John and Keith from our viewers. Could I ask you a question sent in by one of the viewers?
It's bound to be awful. Come on.
No, it's as a matter of fact, it's I think you'll find it an interesting question. I hope you find it's an interesting question.
All right.
If it isn't, we'll throw the question away. Is that okay?
Go on.
Okay. Could you please ask John the following question when he's on your show? Regarding a song on the second edition album, what is the chant? It's been driving us crazy. This is signed by some viewers in Indianapolis, Indiana. There's the question right there. What is the chant? It's driving us crazy.
Well, Keith.
Well, gang, out there in
chant?
Indiana, there's your answer. You've been going crazy for it now for months, and you got the answer. That's fantastic. What an
It's
answer.
a ditty. Simple as that. Hate it or love it.
You really don't care what your audiences think of you, do you?
No, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
What is relevant?
Just us getting on with what we want to do. If people appreciate it, that's fine, but we're certainly not going to condescend. Too bad if that makes us look like snot-nosed little gits, but that's probably what we are. At least we're doing it. This ain't no armchair outfit. I mean, you seem confused by the fact that
I'm
we
very
don't
confused, John,
want
I'll
to
tell you.
be a band. We are a company.
No, John, let me
But
tell
I
you.
mean, you look at any business, how many interests do they have? You take EMI Records, you look what they're connected to. You can drag them into golden egg restaurants, even supplying arms to South Africa. I mean, the list
We're
is
into
long.
positive interests.
Let me try this. What do you like? I mean, I've heard you tell about a lot of things you don't like. What do you like?
In terms of what?
In terms of the world. In terms of...
Not very much,
Ah, well, could he answer
but
this?
that's not my fault.
No, I don't think I could. Not offhand. Not without having to think about it for a long time. What do I like?
Being allowed to get on with it without record company hassles. See, they seem as confused as you do about us. That's just unfortunate.
Well, it is unfortunate.
See, we're
that,
not very intellectual, we just do it.
I know, I only know what I don't like.
You only know
definitely.
what you don't like.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I'm a very easygoing chap.
We're looking for that shining star somewhere up there.
Well, it's unfortunate that we are all...
Somewhere over the rainbow.
It's unfortunate that we are all out of step except for you. I wish that something could be done about
This is
that.
what I've been telling the world for about 5-6 years now. I wish you'd all grow up.
Well, I hope we do.
Oh, it was great watching Carter and his boat not being able to land in Venice. Oh, I was impressed.
Yeah, something John liked.
John and Keith, it's been really interesting.
I liked watching Carter fall down
Interesting
the
having
steps
you
of
on
his
tonight.
plane.
Interesting having you on tonight. One of the most interesting moments in my life.
I'm sure it could be.
Well, as I say, it's unfortunate that we're all out of step except you. Too bad.
Must be your shoes.
Yeah, maybe that. We'll continue after these announcements from the NBC television stations. Come back. Now, for those people who would like a full transcript of tonight's show, with the footnotes, you send 10 cents to me, and I will try and return the transcript to you. I don't understand that, but they'll probably make $1 million with it, and that's showbiz. But what a night, huh? The interesting part is that we talked to these two gentlemen a couple of weeks ago, a pre-interview. Apparently that went all just fine, and it made great sense. And what I read about them this afternoon, but somehow it got a little lost in translation tonight, but that's probably my fault. 4 more years, with 3.5 off for good behavior. I'll be leaving you now. Thank you all for watching, and from New York City. Good night, everybody. What, you want 15 more seconds?